We have Karen Gravano of Mob Wives in the building. And y'all don't know that I'm a huge Mob Wives fan, so I'm excited to have you today.
I think out of everybody there, she is the realest.
She's the realest one
on that show.
No. We saw the reunion show about 2 weeks ago, right?
Right, yes.
And it was explosive, as usual, you ladies. So break it down to us a little bit. You know, the reunion show went down. You and Drita, you know, everybody wants to know, what's the situation with you guys? Have y'all squashed the problems that you've had, or is it still the same since
we
the show?
called the truce.
Okay.
I mean, I'll just leave it at that. I think that we both stand our ground on what friendship is. We have two different meanings. I'm a friend for life. She's, you know, in your face type of friend.
So do you still get like bullshit over the whole doing the show and just...
Absolutely. I mean, for people in our community, they don't like it. You know, I think they're always going to have something to say, but they realize that we're women. Mostly now it's like the fighting. And, you know, my father hasn't talked to me since I said I had an orgasm on national television.
Wow. And you also have a book, My Daughter.
Yes.
How?
I'm going to brag a little. It's a New York Times bestseller.
Doing good.
As you should.
And it just
give us some claps, please.
Yeah.
Give a bowling sound too.
It's doing good out there.
Yeah.
What's been the response to the book though, from like your community and, you know, friends, fam?
Well, at first, I mean, you know, everyone, my friends and my family support me. The outside has given me nothing but support and, you know, respect. And really, they got my message in the book. It wasn't about the mob. It was about family. You know, what you go through in life, you can get knocked down 100 times, but as long as you pick yourself up and move forward and have a positive and, you know, a support team with you, you can go forward. There are people out there, there's a lot of criticism by the victims or the so-called victims, and I'll say so-called victims at this point because I did once say the families are the victims because we didn't choose this lifestyle, but if you pretend or play to be a victim for the rest of your life, then that's all you'll ever be. For me, I was a victim at one point because I didn't choose this lifestyle, but I'm a survivor and I moved past it, and it is what it is.
Yeah.
And I will say, all of the men are definitely not victims because they all chose that life. They know what it's about. It's like if you get in a pen and you're playing with little pit bulls and everyone's like, those pit bulls are gonna bite you, and you go smack a pit bull in the face and get bit. I mean, there's nothing.
You were warned,
Well, you didn't play the hand that you was dealt. You switched the cards at the end of the day, so you know.
And it was something that not too many people, you know, thought that it was gonna happen. You know what I mean? I remember when there was rumors that there was a show like that was gonna come out. A lot of people was like that was gonna get shut down.
Oh yeah, they were trying to shut it down.
Yeah.
From the get-go. I mean, one of the people that is suing me, like, are trying to sue me now because they're saying I shouldn't profit off my father's crimes. But you know, it's not really happening because when you read the book, you realize it's my lifestyle. And the same way everyone else was able to profit off their lifestyle, what makes me any different? I didn't commit a crime.
And it's public record. It's public record at the end of the day.
So that same girl, when she found out the show was coming out, she found out through someone, a friend of Renee's, and she tried to leak it and get the show stopped, and she tried to go to VH1. And in the beginning, you know, I don't think VH1 knew what to do with me because at the end of the day, I am real. So, you know, when I first came out and the victims started coming out, they were like, cut her airtime.
Like your airtime?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I was like, listen, you guys sold the show off my last name.
Yep.
So you can cut my airtime, but I'm done. I'm not, either it is or it isn't. And it is what it is now.
You a star, baby girl. You know what I'm saying? Well, I know there was some talks of a movie deal off of the book, right? Yeah. Is that gonna, look at her smile.
Yeah.
Is that gonna pop off?
Absolutely. I'm in negotiations now, so.
Wow.
I actually had a movie deal on the table before the book came and before Mob Wives. But I pulled it because we were working on a script. We just couldn't get the script right. And
what was that going to be about? Like pretty much the same thing, your life and your story?
That movie was more based on Arizona and everything that happened with the ecstasy and, you know, the whole thing.
The second half.
Yeah, the second
half.
The second part of my book.
Yeah.
The first part. But I feel like, for me, my book is my foundation. I really like the way it turned out. So I'd rather option the life rights to the book. And, you know, be able to go from there. And again, like when you're writing a whole life, you have to condense the movie. I get it. So but we'll just pick out. You know, I think a big thing that nobody has a real clear understanding is what exactly happened in Arizona.
Before that, we was discussing Arizona, the whole Arizona. I think people, you know, they know kind of what popped off over there. You know,
the second half of the book.
Yeah. What exactly do you want to set clear of that whole situation that people might have, you know?
I think people thought my father got us into it, but actually he was trying to get us out of it.
Okay.
And speaking from a man that's a gangster and a criminal his whole life, he always feared that we were coming back to New York to do a couple of things, and he feared that someone was going to try to rob Gerard or kill him to make a name for themselves, figuring like, oh, we killed Sammy the Bull's son and we robbed him. So he really had no control of us at that point because I was still mad at him for his cooperation. There was a lot of family stuff that was going on. Yeah, internal stuff. So when he had found out that we were doing it, he lent my brother money to go somewhere else, not to come back to New York one time. And there was already like a 5-year investigation going on with other people. Next thing you know, the investigation goes from this one organization to the Sammy the Bull organization. Everything kind of turned, and you know, it is what it is. We don't say that we didn't do anything wrong, but the extent of our involvement, my father did lend money, but he didn't start the organization.
But they use him as a scapegoat in a sense, right?
Yeah.
It's a career making.
Well, he's the bigger name.
You have someone that's big. Look, Janet Napolitano, she's the head of Homeland Security right now, so I have to say. Back then, she was the Attorney General of Arizona, so people make careers off of people that have names and stuff like that, vice versa. It is what it is. You know, we're not sitting here complaining. We knew what we did was wrong, but sometimes, you know, everything kind of gets pumped up because newspapers need to get sold, stories need to get done, people need careers.
Is there any like, or at the time, was there any like ill feelings from your dad? You know what I'm saying, that he got caught up in that whole situation, trying to avoid you guys from getting caught up?
Absolutely, he was pissed off, but it is what it is. If he wasn't Sammy the Bull, maybe we wouldn't have made the decisions that we made. Listen, I felt like I acted out and wanted people to feel a certain way about me because I didn't want to carry that rat label. And I still do. And honestly, at this point, I could care less. People can call me a rat all day long. I never testified. I never told on anyone.
Yeah, that's the stupid people.
But it made me who I am today because every time someone tries to get at me, it makes me stronger. Back then, it didn't. It bothered me, so I try to act bad or do things to make people have respect for me again.
All right, so with that whole Arizona situation, your son's father was also involved in
My daughter's father, yes.
Yeah, what's going on with you guys? Because we get to see you guys a little bit on you know, season 2, and I like you guys together. What's that situation right now?
We are, you know, we're in a very good place. We love our daughter. We share the same vision. He's in Arizona. He spent a very long time in prison, in and out of prison. So he's finally getting his life on track. I'm here in New York with opportunities, so we're trying to make it work for us the best way we can.
Is there maybe a record?
Are y'all married?
No, we're not married.
Oh, so you're doing your thing out here, girl.
We're doing our thing and we're respecting each other and our child. For me and him, I'm never going to say never, but right now we have to focus on what we got going on as individuals to be able to come to the table and be something. And he mostly because he spent almost 18 years of his life in and out of prison. Like,
Drita out here doing music videos, being a fucking vixen.
She's gonna put on music, bro. She's gonna be a rapper.
Please don't.
Why? Listen, she's trying to make money, bro. No,
I can't hate on anyone's money. You gotta do what you gotta do. But this whole thing to me is, you know, she's a gimmick. It worked for mob wives. They made her up to be a mob wife. Now they're gonna make her up to be a rapper.
Because she claims that she's been writing rhymes, and then she tried to put you in the mix. She was like, "You remember seeing me write rhymes?"
All I'm gonna say,
and she looked at her like,
all I'm gonna speak on that, which got edited, is if you were such a rapper back in the day when I was with David, my daughter's father, at the Jam Master J Studios and asked you to come with me all the time, you weren't going to the hood. In 1996, it wasn't cool. Now the urban market is hot. It's where it is. Get your money, girl. I ain't hating on you, but I know who you are and what you're about and what you're talking about.
She wasn't rolling with the hip hop scene back then.
It's safer for her now. That's what it is.
Yeah,
now it's okay.
Yeah.
I guess.
So
it's
she's
2012. I guess interracial and everything. It's cool to be mixed. Now.
She's using us, yo. She's using the hip hop. I'm feeling some kind of way about that.
I'm gonna wait till the record comes out because I'm gonna make sure that if this record is somewhere near the trash can, I'm gonna destroy her.
Hey,
I'll make sure she never puts out another record again.
Karen, don't do it.
I have to say, when I watched the episode and seen her in the studio, I mean, we were just cracking up. But then when they remixed it, it sounded okay. I mean, she came with it a little
come
bit.
on, babe.
Studio MCs is
She gotta come behind Nicki Minaj. If she's rapping, she gotta come behind Nicki Minaj.
Right. All I'm saying is she's a green screen gangster now. She's a studio MC. So.
She's a green screen gangster.
Damn, we're here.